Hi guys, I'm Saumya and I'm back again with another video. I hope you're all well and safe. I make a lot of bookish content on this channel, and in today's video I'm going to review a book which was sent to me by the author, and that book is A Pleasant Escape by PIYUSH ROHANKAR. So let's get started. A Pleasant Escape by PIYUSH ROHANKAR has been told in first person by a UPSC aspirant named llReviewll. So even though this book is fiction, but it is definitely inspired by reality, because llReviewll talks about the challenges of being an IAS aspirant. A Pleasant Escape has drama, romance and even suspense. Alok is an engineer and he also has a management degree. There are other students as well who are preparing for UPSC, and some are preparing for other exams or degrees as well. So this story is taking place in Old Rajendra Nagar, which is a locality in Delhi, which is majorly bustling with students dreaming to crack the UPSC exams. So apart from Alok, there are other characters as well. There is Gaurav, Ankit, Sakshi, Mustafa, Manish, Sara and many other characters. So all these characters have their own compelling backstories as well. So all these characters along with Alok try to navigate through life as they prepare for the toughest exam of India, as they also try to live their lives by balancing different aspects like romance, personal goals and family pressures. So whether or not all these people are able to clear their UPSC exams amid their personal struggles is the story of A Pleasant Escape. For the most part, this is a breezy read because it has an appeal of relatability. UPSC aspirant or not, people are usually aware of the trials of preparing for a competitive exam. So basically it's like mind-numbingly tight schedules, sleepless nights spent studying, waiting for results anxiously, attending coaching classes, building friendships, going through heartbreaks. All these experiences are unfamiliar to no one. The characters in the story are regular people with their respective backstories. So these are the kind of people that you also come across in your life generally. So different characters with their different circumstances definitely add a variety to this story. So this is that story that has one main theme, but it also has quite a few subplots. So all of that keeps the story quite engaging. So Alok Shirke is the protagonist of the story, and he is a likable character for the most part. The only thing that I found was a bit extreme about his character was that he was ever ready to fall in love. I mean, I thought that he was a little too eager to fall in love. So I told you before that this story has been written in first person, so it definitely reads like a memoir. Also add to it the fact that the story is heavily inspired by reality. So the vibe of the story seeming like a memoir, even though it's fiction, is very strong. Also, the story tries and attempts to give you a wholesome reading experience because it talks about quite a few things. It talks about social issues like religion and caste, in addition to the issue of exam pressures as well. So I have to mention this, that once or twice in the book the story definitely drops in terms of engagement because it gets slow, but at the same time it picks up eventually. Another thing that I want to talk about is that as a Delhiite, it was a delight to read this book because this book talks about quite a few places in Delhi and also quite a few events that took place in Delhi. So I was able to relate to that on a very personal level because I know about all these things. So that was very interesting for me. So I told you in the beginning of the video that this story also has an element of suspense. Now talking about that, the suspense in this story is definitely unexpected and the reader does not see it coming. So that's a great thing. But at the same time, the nature of suspense in this story is a bit unusual. Like, don't get me wrong, the story does explain the suspense, but at the same time the explanation is not exactly what you can call concrete explanation. There is definitely room to come up with your own explanation as a reader. It takes you a little bit time to come to terms with the suspense when it unfolds. The writing in this book is easy yet impressive. The language is accessible, so anybody can read this book and enjoy the story. I really like the fact that we are not bombarded with fancy words. I mean, a balance has been maintained in terms of adorning and decorating the language. So if you are a UPSC aspirant or if you are preparing for any competitive exam for that matter, then you can surely go for this book because the story will be very close to home for you. Also, this story is definitely going to motivate you because it's about UPSC aspirants and the struggles and problems they face and how they do not give up. So from that perspective, the story is quite inspiring. Also, if you are thinking about preparing for UPSC, then do not miss out on this book because it can prove to be a very useful and informative reading experience for you, even though it's fiction. Additionally, I want to mention that this book has quite a few poems as well that are a part of the story. So if you are a poetry lover, especially if you love romantic poetry, then that's another reason for you to pick this book up. All these poems are actually a part of PIYUSH ROHANKAR's poetry collection called Narcissistic Romanticism that I reviewed on my channel quite a while back. If you want to check that review out, you can if you are into poetry, and I love that book, by the way. In conclusion, A Pleasant Escape by PIYUSH ROHANKAR was a good reading experience for me. There were a few hiccups here and there, but overall, everything considered, this is a good book and I liked reading it for sure. So that was my review of A Pleasant Escape by PIYUSH ROHANKAR. I hope you liked it and found it useful. And if you want to check this book out or get your hands on it, I'll leave the link for that in the description box. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you want to connect with me on my social media, the links are in the description. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, bye bye, take care and stay safe.